we're going to basically over the next 3 to 6 months be in a period of time where it's the most expensive AI, agent-based AI, period. But what's going to begin to happen is much like right now you have groups of people that are just contributing data, dripping data in, and we're trying to get these like pristine, pure data pools so that we can have the best data to take our answers in AI from. Eventually, agent-based AI, not agent one, like agent one's going to start to tip the scales, but agent two, agent two is going to be able to synthetically create data.
Oh.
So what's going to happen with agent-based AI is an increased uptick in AI's ability to learn. And so from a construction standpoint, just having enough data center, having enough chips, having enough like physical resource power to do all of this.
Well, that was, so I was watching the TED Talk with Sam Altman, which it's like an hour and a half long. And it was really interesting. And it was a little bit awkward too, because there are a lot of creatives in the TED room as they're doing this speech. And, they were talking about intellectual property and different things too. But beyond that, I would recommend just go watch it a little bit. He was saying like, we need GPUs. Like, give us your GPUs. We need as many GPUs as we possibly can get our hands on. And so it's like the servers are melting right now. So yeah, there's just this massive boom. Yeah. And it's this massive like gold rush of...
That's why Taiwan Semiconductor has become such a thing.
Yeah.
And I mean, anyway, this is not a show about geopolitics.
No, it's not, but it's interesting.
It's an interesting world development right now. And it is going to be I think we're moving at a face melting pace over the next
and I think it's
12
it's crazy the pace at which we're moving. These big companies, like I think Microsoft and Google, I believe, stopped their data centers, the new builds, because the technical GPUs and the infrastructure that it needs,
it's changing so fast.
Doesn't match what's needed.
Yes.
So they've stopped like a lot of data center jobs. And I think once that GPU infrastructure increases, you need different power sources, cooling sources, and it just changes the entire construction from like a MEP standpoint.
Yeah, I mean, I know of a Google site that was like the campus was basically like truncated. Like they said that's enough because of groundwater supply, right? I mean, just you don't think about how are we cooling it? How are we powering it up? What is a data center do to your personal power bill when we have so many data centers that are like basically peaking supply, like right? So you've got a lot that you need in a data center, and then that's in competition with like me. So now you have people talking about legislation, like, well, a data center should pay more for their power than a person does. Why is everybody paying the same amount? Like, I mean,
golly, that's a whole nother conversation of like, okay, how does this actually affect like the natural environment too? Like there's an environmental concern behind.
Yeah, there's like 5,000 data centers in the US, which is the highest. I think the next highest is 10 times lesser. So around like 500.
Oh my gosh.
Well, so I've been told, so this is anecdotal, not like statistical
fact,
right? Yeah. But anecdotally, I've been told that data center is going to continue to increase 5 to 10% per year. Like, so for you got 100 data center starts worldwide, that's going to go up 10%, and that's going to go up 10%, and that's going to go up 10%. Like,
I'd argue it'd have to be more now though, because back when we heard that, and I recall that conversation. Yeah, it was 3 or 4 years ago, and that was back before.
But it's held true.
Yes, but I feel like there's almost a hockey stick that could happen right now too of growth, because again, if AI wasn't being considered when that statement was made, or at least not to this depth, and not to this usage, because I mean, you've got half a billion people on ChatGPT every day using, like, prompting it every week.